before I became a mom, I knew I did not want to parent with punishment. That was just something that never sat right with me. And so I read every parenting book, everything that I could to try to figure out, how will I discipline if there's no punishment? And for the first 7 years, it's about distraction. You're modeling the behavior you want, which for me was two primary things. And I'm bringing this up here because I think that it applies, which is empathy and reason. Now, before the age of reason, which is around age 7, a child can't comprehend those things, on an intellectual level, but they do comprehend it, I think, on an emotional and kind of, it sounds woo-woo, but cellular level. They're absorbing it somewhere in their conscience. I would say to my daughter, for example, I'm not comfortable with that when she was 4 years old. And what is that to a 4-year-old? But by the time she was 7, she had assimilated that information, and she was using that verbiage to communicate herself with other children on the playground or with me, whatever. So I think it's really important in this dialogue, every time somebody has a pushback of, I don't understand what the big deal is, why is, well, I'm sure we'll get to those other arguments, so I won't bring them up, but of that nothing is being taken from Cassie, to somehow bring it back to the person who's saying that, to empathy. Well, what do you do for a living? What is your passion? And what if somebody came in and did that? Would you want them to now apply all these arguments that we're saying? When does it become something that a person is willing to fight for? Why were you and I drawn to this and not other people? Why are other people resisting? So I just want to plant that little seed of empathy and reason. And when we use empathy and reason in our engagements, in our conversations, communication, conflict resolution, we don't have to punish. We're human beings. Everybody makes mistakes. We can give forgiveness and grace, and but without those, we're just going to go around and around and around. Without those, that's why we have war. And I feel like our species is too evolved to be having these conversations.
Mm.
We're
Mm.
better than this. And
Yeah,
so
totally.
that's the part I want to speak to, that I just, okay, stepping off the soapbox. Sorry.
No, that's really important. And